Don't look now, T-Rex, but Steve is in your path. Oh, there he goes. He's going around the chair. That's not going to be good. All right, triple hop. 2, 3. Yeah, I know. Now we get Steve all tangled. You going to make it out, Steve? Very good. Good job. It's 9:30 a.m. on Not in a Hurry, Sunday, November 30. I'm not in a hurry today, so let's take our time. But you may have things to do, and something not very different. 40 degrees outside, and we've got a heavy gray sky. Not too much in the way of wind. There goes Steve chasing the morning doves, otherwise known as lovebirds. Let's check the ice bucket. It was warming last night. How did I get grass in my ice bucket? I don't know. Get the fangs back like we had last week. 1/2 inch thick. It's dirty. I got to clean that out. I think it's going to melt today, but I'm not sure if it's going to melt all the way. Even a little feather. Oh, it's a very busy day weather-wise. The storms are just all lined up. We have dovetailing snowstorms. What does that mean? Well, it means as soon as one is ending, there's another one coming right in. And we can see that on the snowfall accumulation map of the last 36 hours. It stopped snowing in New York and Vermont and Massachusetts Friday night, but it started snowing from Iowa to Chicago, and we had 20 inches of snow in central New York or more. We had a foot of snow in Iowa and several inches in Chicago yesterday, and that Chicago yesterday is New England today. Here's the view at a couple of our mountains we like to look at. Jay Peak was snowing this morning. Josh Worth at his PowTown Montgomery Lodge, where he offers backcountry, was out grooming this morning. He's got trails groomed up and down the hill behind his place there. Likes to crank the music. Nice. Would you sleep until 5 today, Josh? And Vec, we'll hear from Vec too, out there on the mountain this morning, where it is windy. It's windy this morning. Mount Mansfield checking in with fat, fluffy flakes too, as the sun was coming up. The regional roundup from first thing this morning, wind is picking up from the south on the backside of that cold high pressure system that came in last night. Temperatures are in the 30s, going up into the 40s, and you look over there on the north shore of Lake Ontario, and the wind is gusting 40 to 50 miles an hour. There's a wind advisory in northern New York, and that wind is impacting lifts in northern New England today. It is a warm front coming at New England right through, and the 2 o'clock forecast map, 2 o'clock this afternoon, shows a lot of color. It's only about 1,005 millibar low pressure system, so it's not that deep as central pressure goes, but it's surrounded by high pressure, the one that moved off New England yesterday, 1034 or so. The one coming in through northern Montana, where there's a cold weather advisory, is about a 1030 millibar high. What does a cold weather advisory in northern Montana say? It says minus 30 below wind chill. Different than that cold weather advisory we had in October in Florida, where it said it was going to be feeling like it was in the 50s. So it depends where you live, the criteria for cold weather. Overall, we are in a very cold pattern, and there's just a slight mild intrusion today with this low pressure system tracking to our west and north, and all those different colors on the map represented the snow, sleet, freezing rain, and rain. Here is the northeast radar, and whenever you get these warm fronts, warmer air is less dense than cold. It goes up over the top of the cold, and it creates some heavy bursts of snow that we had this morning in blue, and then the rain is in green, and so we're all getting some precipitation today. And let's use the high-resolution NAM that'll lead us to the Tuesday Bomb Cyclone nor'easter. But we'll take them one day at a time, and here is today's forecast. Blue is snow. The darker the blue, the heavier the snow. Blotches of heavy snow, mostly breaking apart and shutting off for a time this afternoon north. Looks like a heavy batch of rain coming through Boston. There may be some hail or sleet with that. It looks like with the yellow there on the radar, about 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, going into 0Z, 1Z, 2Z. So that's a cold front that's moving through. And we have another batch of upslope snow in northern Vermont, probably about 5 inches of snow between today and tonight. And look at the thickness there, that blue line in Maine going down to 516 tonight and tomorrow. That's pretty close to Arctic air coming in tonight and tomorrow. And then we have that really cold high pressure system over us for a bright day tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day of meteorological winter, December 1st, and it looks quiet. And then tomorrow night, storms are all lined up, dovetailing into one another, and blue, dark blue is heavy snow coming in Tuesday morning, first into Vermont, New Hampshire, then into Massachusetts, Connecticut. This goes out to 1 p.m. Tuesday. It's only going to be about a 12-hour storm, but it could snow more than a ½ inch per hour, so we're going to get more than 6 inches of snow. Somebody might get it close to a foot. And that red there in southern New Hampshire into Hartford, Connecticut, that could be freezing rain, and then the green is rain. And I stopped the NAM there. This is the high-res NAM. The lower-res NAM goes out 84 hours, but the lower-res NAM brings the low pressure center right over Boston, which I think is too far north. So we're going to stick with the GFS. And I'm not going to show the snowfall for this one yet because it's going to blend in today's and it won't be a clear picture. And then I'll show the snowfall for Tuesday with the GFS using the 24-hour amount. T-Rex, what do you got? Doing some spectating? Yeah, we watch people and people watch us. I like that it's glassy water, very pretty gray here. So the GFS has been fairly consistent, still shows a bomb cyclone coming at us on Tuesday. And some of the coldest air on the planet coming across into North America. And it's going to be very close to New England with a series of storms coming in off the Pacific. I've been talking a lot about the Pacific, but I want to show the Atlantic chart that we showed a lot back during the Greenland blocking of early November when we had those bomb cyclones. There's a 952 millibar hurricane force low pressure system off of Greenland, but it's not backing up. It's chasing another storm into about Norway or so. And the front, again, extends from northwestern Europe to the Bahamas and south of Florida. Kind of the same thing we've been talking about all summer long. And I said, when this happens in the winter, watch out. It could be a snowy winter for southern New England this year with that front there. We've talked about that a lot. And we will see snow for southern New England in the forecast using the GFS. Not today, not tomorrow so much. When I say southern New England, I mean south of Worcester. So Worcester is going to be right on the rain snow line, Worcester, Massachusetts. And here it is, the GFS, high pressure in the upper right, pretty much gone. And the low pressure system going to our north. So counterclockwise circulation of these low pressure cyclones means the wind is gusty from the south-southwest today. And a rapid wind shift tonight, upslope snow in Vermont, several more inches, very windy and cold tomorrow morning. This is polar, nearly Arctic air coming into New England. And we have the next system charging, coming out of Utah to Louisiana. And then it's a 1010 millibar low tomorrow night, coming out of the Gulf states. And it's deepening, and it's tracking over North Carolina, going down to 997. And then it tracks now. This is a little further south than yesterday, going right south of Nantucket. Every wobble south or north makes a difference of about 20 to 40 miles on the rain snow line. And it still looks like it's going to be pretty close to about Salem, New Hampshire. Points north, mostly snow. Points south, rain. Stop it here 1 a.m. on Wednesday. And I stop it because I want to show you the central pressure on it. It's down to 980. Oh, I forgot. 983 millibars. So from 1010 to 983 central pressure, 27 millibars in 24 hours. That is the bomb cyclone. The criteria being a deepening of 24 millibars in 24 hours at our latitude. All right, and then the cold air is coming in, but the high pressure system is off to our south. So when high pressure goes to your south, the wind comes in from the west and even southwest, so it's very cold on the backside Wednesday, starts to warm up again on Thursday, but here comes the real Arctic front plowing across Ontario with the sub 500 millibar thicknesses crashing into New England with the snow, heavy snow, Thursday morning, northern New England, and now the GFS holds those snow squalls together to the south coast of New England Thursday night as the Arctic high comes right over us, setting the stage for perhaps the first white ground right down to the south coast of New England, with the waves of low pressure trying to bring warmer air back. But like I said yesterday, Arctic air is very difficult to displace, and so we'll stop it now on Saturday morning. This is December 6th, and they have a low just south of Nantucket with the rain snow line from Long Island to Nantucket. Does not look that impressive, but other guidance has a very impressive storm next Saturday. This is kind of middle of the road, which is the way to go, but that would leave white ground all the way down to the south coast, and that's often how winter starts. You get the layers of snow north, and you get them central, and then you get them at the south coast as the jet stream slips south incrementally as we go into the first week of meteorological wintertime. All right, so let's keep that going now. If it does snow or rain, there's not much of a gap because the next powerful, huge storm tapping warm air out of the Gulf of Mexico and cold air from Canada, wall-to-wall cold, and that is another wall of snow coming in Sunday afternoon. Wow, what a storm that is, if this is right, and most of the guidance has this storm next Sunday into Monday, December 8th. Let's stop it there, Monday, December 8th, and that is a 976 millibar low. Look at all those isobars. That is a powerhouse of a storm with snow lingering in northern Vermont, upslope snow and a J cloud. And between now and then, that's what, 4 separate storms we're talking? And that would be so windy. We're supposed to go skiing, Tony, Weir, and Tim at Smuggler's Notch on that Monday. It's going to be a blizzard at the tops of the mountains. How much snow is all this over the next week if we use the GFS guidance? This is going to be tomorrow beginning week 5 in a row of coast-to-coast North America snow. And it is piling up also in the western ski resorts, not so much California, but Utah, Colorado. And you have snow going all the way down into Missouri again, and Ohio and Indiana again, and New England, 4 different ones. And if we stop it there on Monday the 8th and kind of zoom in a little bit, you have a widespread 1 to 36 inches of snow over the next 10 days. Actually, that's 9 days, isn't it? Or even 8 days. Oh, I forgot to show the Tuesday map I was going to show. Break for a gull. And yesterday, I thought I saw surf scouters. Are those surf scouters or are those eiders? I think those are eiders. Got to look for the orange beak for the surf scouter. I forgot to show the GFS snowfall for the Tuesday event. And there it is. This is the GFS's guess on what's going to happen in New England Tuesday. What a sharp cutoff between a very wet and perhaps icy coated 6 inches of snow from near Hartford, Connecticut to close to Salem, New Hampshire. And there may be a little coating on the backside from Boston to Cape Cod as rain may end as snowflakes. And then you don't have as much at the Canadian border, but I think we can include places like Mount Mansfield and Jay and Sugarloaf in the 6-inch plus zone. And the GFS would have the seacoast of New Hampshire just inland, and just inland on the coast of Maine with close to 10 inches of snow. The way I like to do it is it's going to snow hard for 12 to 14 hours at greater than a ½ inch an hour. So that's where I get my 6 to 8 inches of general snow where it's all snow. And you can get 6 north with less water content, so it's easier to remove. But then you can get the 6 near the rain snow line near Wachusett, and that 6 inches of snow may have an inch of water in it. And that's much more difficult to remove. So it's borderline power outage issues, but the wind isn't going to be that strong. The bomb cyclone wind is going to stay offshore. So there'll be storm force winds over the ocean. All right, I wanted to do this a little bit quicker. I call it Not in a Hurry Sunday because I like to have no plan, but we've got a lot going on behind the scenes around here. Rex, it was so nice of you not to bark this time. To what do we owe this pleasure? Because it's Not in a Hurry Sunday? Thank you. So we've got a lot of contributors from yesterday. Much appreciated. We've got Carl Weller Jr. In the Glades at Mount Mansfield. And we've got Beck, Katie. And Beck says it was one of the best days of skiing. Well, Katie said it was the best day of skiing or riding that she's ever had. I love that. Stoke level. And What else? Around here, yeah, the boats in the water and the blue sky. Very impressive yesterday. Call it yesterday's weather today. Let's see if we can get Steve to smile for the camera. Can we, Steve? Yesterday's weather today is called and more. You always have to look away. Thank you. And more. Didn't I say the wind was going to let up? It's going to let up. High pressure. Sinking air makes for blue sky. All right, so what's for lunch? Are you having some more soup and some more sandwich and some more pie? Are you thinking about now what you're going to have in your December meal menu? Is there lobster in your future? Can you buy lobster this time of year in New England? Yes, you can. Thanks to people like the captain of this boat. Still seafood harvesting in New England year-round. How about those scallops? I forgot to show you. Thanksgiving morning, Bruce Cowan on Nantucket got a beautiful bounty of bay scallops. Oh yeah, Bruce. I'm gonna come visit you for sure. Are you out there in that wind today? You sure are. That's what you do. Fishermen go fishing. And I wish there was less wind so I could take the drone, or I had a longer lens, but I think I see 4 surf scouters. I looked in the binoculars and they had orange beaks, white foreheads. They just look like water right there, don't they? Can't tell. Oh well. Few instability clouds. High pressure doing its thing.
Wow. Woo! Slough going down. Man. Wow, it's like 2 feet, but it's not bottomless. I can still feel crust. Holy shit. Wow. Woo! SluffAlanche warning. Wow.
There's this biggest snowfall of the season so far coming right into Ann Arbor, Michigan, where they're playing in the snow. Number 1 Ohio is up over Michigan. The crowd is raucous anyway. That looks fun. Snowing in Michigan. We're in Michigan. Is that near Detroit? That's the system coming to New England tomorrow, which is now today, because this is yesterday's weather today. Oh, that's so cool. The whole stadium is singing in the snow. They get a bunch of bananas in there. Closing out the day at Private Gilbert T. Barstow Jr. Circle in East Braintree, Massachusetts. I was trying to catch sunset, but just a little too slow. On a little mission right now. But I found a nice tower. You can probably see the sun still up there, as it's just a couple of minutes past 4. So that's the end of the and more. Thanks for all the skiing footage. Josh, SluffAlanche man. 'Tis the season for the lights. 'Tis the season for a beautiful moon. Some nice radiational cooling tonight. So just about anybody could get a little sleet or snow to begin this next system, and they're all lined up. Just like the moon and the twigs at the top of the tree. Thanks for watching. Talk to you tomorrow.